Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and I'm going to try and do this without help. Tabby came over the other day, and she went to jump up on her spot over here on top of the VCR, and she knocked everything off, including my glue gun holder, and broke the glass that holds the glue sticks. So I'm going to try and get through this without her help. Welcome to SACs Saturday. If you're new here, I usually showcase either haul videos of items that I have purchased from Spectrum Art Creations, or projects that I'm making highlighting Spectrum Art Creations product purchases. That make sense? Also, I have a new follower. She is from the SACs group. Hi, Belinda. Welcome. And so yesterday I started showing you what I was working with these ATCs that I'm making for my What's on Your Workdesk Wednesday group. And I was going to explain the What's on Your Workdesk Wednesday group, and I forgot. If you have a blog, we'd love to have you come join us. The simple thing is you share a picture of what your desk looks like, maybe something that you have in progress, on your desk on Wednesday, and you link up to our main group, which is at Stamping Ground with Miss Julia. And then you follow the others on the list, and they'll come follow you. And it's a great way to build followers, make connections with other creative artists, and be inspired. And as I said, this is our 15th year. I've not been with them the entire time. In fact, the lady that got me started with What's on Your Workdesk Wednesday passed away from cancer a couple of years ago, and I dearly miss her. But this is what we're doing today. I started with this yesterday, and let me get the rest of my pieces here and show you what I worked on yesterday. I talked about making these strips, and I did go back and make a template. So all I had to do was tape it down onto my paper, draw them in with my pencil. Then I went back and used my Ranger embossing pen that I got from Spectrum Art Creations and outlined those and the letters, and heat embossed them with black embossing powder from Stampin' Up. So I used mixed media paper for everything except printing out the back page of the ATC, and I did that on white cardstock. Tabby managed to jump over in a corner without breaking anything this morning, so I think we're good to go. So I started with mixed media paper. You saw me yesterday, and if you didn't, go back to yesterday's video. I used the metallic gilding paste, and this one is electric blue. And I water brushed all of those to create my base. Then I took the white and I brushed a sheet of that. And I did not water this one down. I left it as it is. And then I punched out 1 1/4 inch circles with my EK Success punch. And then I cut them in half so I could layer them over here. And then I want to take this, and I'm going to glue it flat down, I think. I don't know. Let's try mini dimensionals and see. I'll put it on number 12, so if I don't, on the first one, I always keep the first one in a series. So I'll put it on the first one on a series, and if I don't like it, I can always go back. Okay, let me find my, excuse me, find my circles. I'm still waiting for spring to arrive. It was 44 degrees this morning when I got up. And then, like I said, I cut those on the 1 1/4 inch circle, cut them in half. And now we're going to come back in with the mini dimensionals. Actually, I don't think I want to use the minis. Those are awfully tiny. Let's go ahead and use, so I can get that one to stick back down in there. It hates me. It's stuck to me. Oh, actually, maybe it likes me. I don't see my glue dot case. So I'll have to look for it later. I guess we will use minis on here. I'll be so glad when I have this room done. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a mini on each square in the back. Now if I was using the bigger dimensionals, I could probably get away with only putting like 3 on here. But I want to make sure this is adhered good. So I've got those down. And then I'm going to peel the paper off. And get my little cookie cup here that I use to drop my little scraps into. Just like that. Now I had thought about adding string on here for a little extra texture, and I changed my mind. Actually, I just kind of went with where I was going and just kept rolling. So I'm going to run that one right there. So a little bit of that silver texture shows. Then I stamped these with a stamp set that I got from Spectrum Art Creations on their Etsy shop. And I used, it's on the block, I think. It's on the block, maybe not. It was here a minute ago. I just saw it. Oh, here it is. And so I stamped this in Versamark and embossed it with the black. Okay, the purple on the background, guess I should have that one that I don't have with me. But it's similar to these, but it's purple. And it's really a bright purple. So I did a sheet of that I watered down, stamped the circle, cut it out, and then I've got that one. Now I am going to use the dimensionals on this one as well. And again, this is where the larger dimensionals would come in handy. But apparently I've used the dimensionals elsewhere in the studio, and that's where they're at. Do you have the cicadas where you are at? I have the cicadas here, and it might be because I have the timber, but man, are they loud. The whippoorwill goes to bed just before sunup, and the cicadas, as soon as the warmth starts hitting them, they wake up and start their little sing-song. I'll be glad when they're gone. So then, before I put that on, I used this stencil from Stampin' Up, and it's probably a retired one, and I dusted it with Melon Mambo on the top. Used my perma marker to just draw a line down so that the flower just didn't hang there in nowhere. And then that goes right there. And the numbers were cut from the same paper that I cut those circles from. So it kind of brings everything together. I haven't decided if I'm coming back in and adding green on the leaves yet. Still thinking about that. So let's go ahead and put another one of these together. So, products used. Glimmer paste, metallic gilding polish, mixed media paper. Oh yes, the stencil from Stampin' Up, or the mask from Stampin' Up. EK Success 1 1/4 circle punch. And for the numbers, I punched those out of this die set from Stampin' Up, and it might be retired too. I will double check if it is still available. I will link it in the description box below. So, the other thing I had thought about adding, and I pulled them out, was the stitching. And I bought these from Spectrum Art Creations sites as well, but I don't know. I don't think it needs it. I don't think it needs it. I don't know. I don't know. What do you say we find out the hard way? If I do, I'm going to use this one, because, you know, partially because it's already off. And then I'm going to try not to lose that, but I wanted the messy stitching. Let's go with this one right there, and our that. And let's turn this away. I don't know, maybe I do like that, but we're going to want to do that before we do the circles. So let's go ahead and do that on all of these. ever start playing and then think, nah, I don't like that, or I wish I'd have done this? See, I put that flower over a little closer. We're going to come down here a little bit with that and put it a little closer to the bottom. Oh, and somebody, I can't remember who I was watching the other day, but they were really struggling with getting the ink on their ink pad. And here's something I want to stress. Don't go to your ink pad with your stamp. You tend to push too much. It's a natural thing to just want to push down. But if you take the ink pad to the stamp, you know you're just gonna pounce it. And it really makes a difference. You don't get the over push on your stamp pad. You don't get too much ink on your stamp. Just pounce it. And you're more apt to pounce it if you take the ink pad to the stamp as opposed to going the other direction. Now, I will count this as one of the monthly makes in our Facebook group. So this will be hashtag SACs May 24. Oh, speaking of makes, I got another one to show you here in a minute. Let me finish stamping these and I'll show you. I almost forgot. I have a list of the challenges in my planner. Remember that piece that I made, that pocket piece I made last week? I have that. And I hadn't looked at it, and I'm used to our challenges going till the end of the month. Well, we had one that ended yesterday. It was called our pet challenge, and it was a quick challenge, and it was due yesterday. So I had to hurry up and get a challenge made yesterday. And I like how it turned out. And I was going to do one for a couple more of the pets, and if I hadn't had to take time to charge my photo printer, I probably would have, but I wanted it out of time. And while I've got this one in hand, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this over. See, it'll go this way. I stamped these with a set that I got, oh God, probably 20 years ago, that has the ATC information space on the back. And I'm going to try not to get black ink over everything. I need to get out my sanitizer and get that off my hand. But this also added a little bit of stability to the ATC, so I was okay with that. Line it up. And I will fill that one in a minute. Let me get rid of this ink off my finger before I pick up this other piece. Hand sanitizer is a great way to get rid of the inks off your hands for immediate quick cleanups. Let me grab a towel here. Get the excess off my hand. But while it didn't take it all off, it took off the residual that would wind up on my project. Okay? And then I'm going to come in here with this. And I'm dating these for 15th because the 15th, I think, was our actual anniversary of the group. And I usually sign everything in purple. And I use my blog name on the list. And this is 15th anniversary. And this is 12 of 12. Just like that. Okay, so those are done and ready to go. But before I go back and finish this, this is what I made yesterday for the pet challenge. We only had to use 2 items from Spectrum Art Creations, but I used, I think, 5. The background is a digital from our Facebook group. The memory and the butterfly are from 49 and Market's butterfly washi tape stickers. The braided trim is from Spectrum Art Creations. And then the bingo chips are from them. I used a piece of that blue from the paper that I made the ATCs from. And then there's another bingo chip and a charm on a bulb pin. And so this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whole bunch of these from all of our pets, and I'm going to make a pet album with this. It's a perfect layout. It's 4.5 by 6, so I have room over here to do rings. And then I can put a clean sheet on the back that I can journal on. And that will be, I'll have one for all of my animals. So I started this yesterday and entered that in the Spectrum Art Creations Pets 2024. So I have that done. Now, oh, I should have said, this picture is the very first picture that I took of Tabitha Marie, when she irritates Mommy. But this was one of the first days she showed up in our yard. She was following the grand girls all around the yard. I was on the chase lounge keeping an eye on the girls, and she come over and put her paws up on me and said hello. And that was August 1st of 2017. Okay, now let's go ahead and get a couple more of these done. I really want to use the larger, but this will work. So I'm just going to slap these down, and we'll do a couple more of these. So what are you doing this weekend? We have rain moving in again tomorrow for the next 2 or 3 days. So as much as I would like to spend the entire afternoon at Spectrum Art Creations live sale, I'm going to have to spend part of it getting some mowing done, a couple hours at least, getting some main mowing done before they have to come search for me. So that's that's on my list today. I also had to run into town this morning. Our local Apple Market, which is a small town grocery store, is having a truckload sale on Best Choice products. And I love Best Choice products. They rank right up there with great value. And so I'm going to run in. One of the things they have is they have pasta. 5 bags for $5. Now, I bought a bunch the other day, but I'm filling up the pantry for when Bob retires. And you cannot beat, at today's prices, $1 a bag for pasta. So, and we don't eat a lot of pasta, so it will last us a while, which is one thing I'm glad of. But I want to make sure I've got plenty. I'm a big prepper in the sense that I prep for emergencies. I'm not a poop hits the fan kind of prepper. I just want to know that if I can't get out for some reason, and we live on a road that in super high rains can flood and make impassable. It's with the timber, it's not uncommon to have ice storms and could take down power, that kind of thing. And with Bob's retirement, our income is going to be cut by 3/4. And so that's going to make a difference in how I grocery shop. So I'm taking advantage of what I have now to stock up on staples that I can dry pack in jars and have in the pantry for years to come and not have to worry about it. That way our minimal grocery bill will just be for the everyday items that we can't keep on hand for a long time, like fresh milk or eggs. I'm also watching for another butter sale so I can get butter canned. But I'm trying not to do a bunch of stuff downstairs until Bob comes home next trip, because we're going to be getting 2 new storage shelves downstairs when he comes home next month. And we've got to rearrange a couple of things, and I don't want to have to move a bunch of jars. So I'm trying to hold off on actually putting anything in jars, like canning the butter, canning the pasta, that kind of thing, until he gets home and we get the shelving organized first. Then I can put everything away and I can really go to town on stocking us up. I'm going to put this last one together, and you'll see how, ATCs went together. And now, just because I cannot be at the live sale for most of the day tomorrow, I will be there for part of the day. Kind of depends on how fast the lawn dries. I might even be able to get most of the lawn dry, might be able to get in for most of the sale. We start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to want to make sure that you set your clock. Set your notifications on the Spectrum Art Creations YouTube channel. And I will have that link all down below. There's also a link to our Facebook group. Come play in our challenges. Come get to know people. And it's a safe group. We try not to have any drama. We had a little bit yesterday, and a lot of us went and nipped it in the bud, and it won't happen again. So, and that's the first time in all the years that I've been with Spectrum Art Creations we've ever had drama in the group. So, okay, there is 4 of the 12 ATCs for the Spectrum, or for the What's on Your Workdesk Wednesday ATC swap. We do this every year, and I will link the main channel, which is Stamping Ground with Julia Dunnett, in the description box below. Come check us out. You post a picture on your blog on Wednesday, you link up to the group, you go visit everybody else and make new friends. And you know, I'm all about making new friends, and it's again another safe environment because it's on your blog. If you have any questions, reach out. I'm happy to answer. My email is in the description box below. Or you can just drop a comment down below and I'll answer it there. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you at SACs Saturday Live Sale. Creative blessings.